Leo, hello and welcome to your November 2024 Taroscopes with me, Intuitive Rene. So we're getting straight into it. We're starting out with a oracle deck, which is called the Word of the Year Oracle. It's basically broken up into two parts, the orange set and the green set. So I'm going to shuffle and draw a single card from each one, and the two put together are going to give you your theme for November 2024. Right, I'm happy with that shuffle and grabbing that card over there. I hope I've got it upside down. And let's do the same from the green set. So Leo, can you believe we are November 2024? It's crazy. So let's have a look and see what is going to be your theme for November 2024. Right, happy with that shuffle. Oopsie, 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 and grabbing that card, making an absolute mess here. All right, Leo, let's have a look and see your theme for the month ahead. We have empowered, right? I am going to leave it there. And we have empowered harmony. Oh, I like that. I like that for a theme. Empowered harmony, right? So I'm going to leave them there, and we're going to start off with the tarot. So the tarot deck that I'm working with this month is the Vintage Pam. So let's give it a shuffle. While we're shuffling this, let's talk about what is empowered harmony. So we all understand what the word harmony is, right, Leo? Harmony is something that you're very good at bringing, very good at initiating, and very good at maintaining in your life is harmony. So harmony is when everything works well and everything goes according to plan and everybody's happy. And then empowered harmony is just that on steroids. I love it. It's that on steroids. And that's your theme for the month of November. So that is what we need to work towards. That is what we need to create. And that is what you need to make a top priority in your life during the month of November. So you know what, we get harmony, like I'm thinking about a weekend as an example, right? So let's talk about a typical weekend in your life. You may have a typical weekend where you're at home with the family and maybe doing some chores and catching up on some home domestic stuff and maintenance and whatever else, and then there's chill time in front of the telly, and like you think it's just everything is perfect and everything is great and there is harmony. Empowered harmony would maybe be a weekend away, you know, where we're relaxing and everybody around you is happy and everybody around you is content and there is just joy, bliss and happiness in your life. That would be empowered harmony. But let's see what the tarot wants to add. So I'm happy with that shuffle, cutting the deck, and let's go. First card we have for you is the Queen of Cups. She is all about empowered harmony, I really have to say. But then we have the Eight of Cups, which brings an interesting dynamic. We then have the King of Swords. Okay. We have the Three of Wands, and our final card that we have is the Two of Wands. So, wow. All right. So, Leo, the first thing that jumps out at me is the fact that we have two cups here and the fact that we have two wands over there. All right, so we've got cups, which are about emotions and relationships and harmony, and we've got wands, which is our action and our doing. Okay, so immediately, even before looking at what cards there are, the first thing that comes at me, the fact that we've got the cups and the wands, the first thing that comes at me, Leo, is about acting on our emotions. You know, our emotions being the forefront, which is the harmony, which is the bliss, the empowered harmony. So our emotions and our happiness and our bliss is going to be number one priority, and then it's the action that we throw into that. Okay, so now let's break them up into individual cards. So the first one we have is the Queen of Cups, and as I said to you, she is all about empowered harmony. She is all about nurturing, taking care of not only of herself but the people around her, her family, her friends, her significant others, all of that. So she is about giving love, giving bliss, and giving harmony to those. She nurtures and she takes care of. She's like the massive eternal mother. She's taking care of everybody. She's nurturing everybody on an emotional level. But this is an interesting one, right? The Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups is, how do I put this? Eight of Cups is a card of acknowledging for yourself what's working for you and what is not working for you. And Eight of Cups is the card where we sort of start recognizing or acknowledging the things that are in flow and the things that are not in flow. And if something is not in flow in your life, the Eight of Cups is saying, it's time to call time out on it. It's time to say, I'm not doing it anymore. And it's time to start separating yourself, because you cannot have empowered harmony in your life, Leo, if you are holding on to people, situations, and circumstances that aren't adding to that empowered harmony. We have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is saying to you that you want to nurture everybody, you want to take care of everybody. Right now, it's like you're in protective mode. Okay, right now you're in protective mode where you are wanting to nurture and to take care of everybody, but you've got to understand that a lot of the people, a lot of the situations, a lot of the circumstances that you are being overly protective of, actually you're throwing good energy away, because you're not actually serving any purpose, you're not actually helping, they're not really open and receptive to what it is that you have to offer them. So it's not really a functional kind of situation. So the Eight of Cups is basically saying to you, empowered harmony is your function, purpose. It's the thing that you are working for in the month of November. But you cannot have empowered harmony if you're holding on to situations and circumstances that are pulling you down. So it's about recognizing and acknowledging what is pulling you down, what is weighing heavy on you, what is weighing down, and actually recognizing, you know what, I'm not putting any more energy into that because it's not helping me, it's not helping my circumstance, and it's not allowing me to make progress. So that is quite interesting that that's come through for you. We then have the King of Swords. Now, I'm not surprised to see it after these two, because the King of Swords is basically saying to you, your mind is sharp, your mind is crystal clear. You know exactly who and what this is that you need to separate or disconnect yourself from. You know exactly who or what this is that doesn't deserve your energy, your attention anymore, because it's not bringing you empowered harmony. You know exactly who and what this is. So that's what the King of Swords is acknowledging, that you know exactly who and what, and you know that this is the truth, and you know that this is exactly something. Maybe you've been for a couple of months now been thinking, oh, you know what, that person doesn't deserve my energy, that person doesn't deserve my time, that person doesn't deserve my unconditional love. But then you jump into protector mode and go, oh, but you know what, maybe I'll give them one more chance, one more chance, one more chance. And these two cards are basically telling you again, no, 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 no. You need to be crystal clear in your thinking, in your strategy, in understanding that it's not serving you, it's not serving them. So in order for you to have the empowered harmony that you deserve, you need to understand and you need to be clear with yourself as to who this is and what it is that you need to let go of. We then get on to our Three of Wands. So Three of Wands is about checking on your progress. Okay, to put it in very simplistic terms, it's checking on your progress. So you need to have a strategy of who gets your attention and who doesn't, of who you nurture and who you don't nurture. And you need to be checking in with yourself constantly, because we may have this, we may have this breakthrough where we may put boundaries in place. We may say, right, I'm not dealing with that particular person anymore. You make the decision and you put it out there. But then, because that Queen of Cups is there, because you have this instinctive nature of nurture, this instinctive ability to take care of and to want to look after everybody, before you even realize it, you've gone right back to the beginning. You've gone right back to there, and this has never happened. So this Three of Wands is basically saying, check in with yourself. Empowered harmony is where your focus and your attention needs to be for the entire month. But if you don't keep checking in on yourself, checking in on your progress, you may find yourself slipping straight back into old patterns and old routines. So it is about staying focused on the goals, but it is about checking how far you've come in working towards the outcomes that you are looking for. The Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is about the choices that you have to make. If you have a look at him, he's standing at the top of his castle. He's got the world in his one hand, and he's sort of looking out at his kingdom, and he's trying to decide, do I go or do I stay? Do I go? Do I stay? Like, what are my choices? What are my options? It's about weighing up. And I do think, Leo, that the message that Spirit have for you is that in order for you to find the harmony that you deserve, the harmony that you are looking for in your life, you do have to make these tough decisions. You do have to make these tough choices. But you also have to recognize that you do have choice, that walking away is maybe not your only choice, but it is probably the best choice. So it's about being completely open and honest with yourself about, I could do this, I could do that, weighing up your pros and cons, but to recognize and to understand that you've already made your decision. and all you have to do is really just follow through with that, okay? But understanding that you need to keep checking in with yourself, because if you don't keep checking in with yourself, it's going to be easy to slip back into old patterns and old routines. So what I have here is a oracle deck, and Leah, what I'm going to do, this oracle deck, I don't even remember what it's called. It's one that I purchased online years and years and years ago. It's one of those printed home and do your own thing with, and I laminated them. So I don't even remember what it's called, but basically it's made up of pieces of the tarot. So symbols of the tarot, like that moon as an example, this cup that she holds as an example, would be symbols that this deck is made up from. So it's based on the RWS, the original artwork of the RWS. And I'm going to draw a couple of cards from these just to expand on what I've already said about each of the tarot cards, and to see how this is going to bring you and why it's important that you have empowered harmony during November of 2024. Okay, so cards are shuffled, cutting over there, and I'm going to position, oh, we have a transformation. Oh, okay, it's not going to work there. I'm going to try and put it on top. The next one we have is the window. The next one we have is the rainbow. Windows and rainbows. So far, everything is looking quite fabulous. We have the decision, and we already spoke about the decision. And the final card that we have are the belongings. Right. So let me put these away and just try and straighten these out a little bit. They are, as I say, I have laminated them, so they are super glossy, but I think we can see them quite clearly. So we have the transformation. Now, I love the transformation with this Queen of Cups, because it's basically saying, remember I was saying Queen of Cups is about nurture. It's this desire that you have, this ability that you have to nurture everybody around you, to take care of everybody around you. So the transformation, Leo, is basically saying that this is where the transformation is taking place, because previously you would have just taken care of everybody. You would have taken everybody under your wing, and you would have nurtured and taken care of everybody, whereas now we need to be a little bit more selective, because we're working towards empowered harmony. So this is where the transformation needs to and is taking place. Your ability to decide who gets your love, who gets your attention, who gets your nurturing. This walking away, we have the window. Now, the window is coming from the Five of Pentacles. You can see the 5 pentacles that we have over there. But the window is basically about, you know, being able to look at another situation objectively and not personally, okay? So, and I think that's exactly the message that Spirit is saying to you here is, you know, you need to walk away. You know, you need to disconnect yourself from a person, a situation, or a circumstance. You know that there is something going on that isn't actually helping you reach the harmony, the empowered harmony that you want. But you need to look at it objectively. You need to look at it removing emotion. Yeah. Removing emotion and look at it objectively, look at it through the window, to see it for what it is, to accept it for what it is, so that it's easier for you to walk away where you need to. We then had the King of Swords, and we've got the rainbow. So remember I was saying the King of Swords, it's about clarity of mind, clear thinking, strategy, removing emotion from the decision, the choices, the options that we have. But it is about being honest with yourself as well around this particular situation that you're going to be navigating in November. And the rainbow was telling you that, you know, even though we're making these choices and these decisions from our head and not from our heart, we need to know that it is going to bring us the empowered harmony. You know what? This comes from the 10 of Cups, which is about happy family. It's about, you know, empowered harmony. Really, it's about empowered harmony. Because if you think about it, when do we see rainbows? After storms. So this is the storm, and this is what happens after the storm. Suddenly we have clear thinking. We better understand the situation. We better understand ourselves. We are working closer. We are getting closer and closer to having the empowered harmony that we deserve and that we need. So we then spoke about the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands, as I said to you, is about checking in on yourself, checking your progress, checking to see how are you doing in reaching and attaining your goals. And here we have the decision. So the decision is a trumpet, and the trumpet is blowing. You can see that there is a sound coming out of the trumpet. And the decision is like to check in on yourself, to stay committed to the decisions that you've made. So when you recognize the decision, when you recognize the progress, when you recognize what it is that you're doing, it makes it easier to check in with yourself, because making the decision and acknowledging the decision to yourself, Leo, is what holds you accountable. Whereas when we make the decision but we don't voice it, we don't vocalize it, we don't blow it out of a trumpet, then suddenly it's easy to say, oh, no, 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 I changed my mind, or that's not what I thought. So it's almost like Spirit is saying, whatever this is that comes up for you in November, you need to vocalize it, you need to express it, to hold yourself accountable for any slippage that may come into play. Okay, so it's about holding yourself accountable that you don't start slipping back into old patterns and old systems. Two of Wands, which was about the choices and the decisions that you have to make, even when sometimes we feel like we don't have choices and decisions. And here we have the belongings. Now, the belongings comes from the Fool card, which is about trusting the system, trusting the process, trusting the environment, trusting the scenario that you find yourself in. So when you find yourself at this point of needing to make a choice, make a decision, of, understanding the choices that you have available to you, of should I go, should I stay, should I walk away, shouldn't I, should I think clearly or shouldn't I, in order to get the empowered harmony that you need, the belongings is basically saying to you, it's all about you. And I know that that's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing to say, but Leo, it's all about you. When it comes to making choices, when it comes to making these kind of decisions, when it comes to doing the things that you need to do in November, it is all about you. It's about your belongings. It's about your truth. It's about your empowered harmony, what works for you. It's not about other people. And this is the biggest, I'm going to call it, lesson that you need to learn. November is going to be about you learning how to put yourself first. Okay, you're still going to nurture, you're still going to love, you're still going to be supportive of everybody around you, but you're going to be selective as to who those people are. You're going to be selective as to who gets your love, who gets your attention, who gets your time. You're going to be checking in on yourself constantly so that we don't go back on the promise that we've made for ourselves. And we're going to understand that we always do have choice, but our choices need to start with what is right for me. Okay, that's what you need to be asking yourself. What is right for me? Because remember, we're working towards empowered harmony. So, Leo, in the month of November, you are going to have probably this kind of scenario playing out a few times, okay? Because it's almost like a test, it's almost like a trial, it's almost like Spirit want to just double check that you get the message, that you understand the situation. So you're going to find yourself on a few occasions being tested, being challenged around who gets your love and attention, who gets your unconditional support, who do you look after, who do you protect. So, and don't feel like you have to take on everybody, because you need to be focusing more on yourself and less on other people. I am sending you so much love and so many blessings. I do hope that November is kind to you. I do hope that this scenario is easy, simple, and uncomplicated. And until we connect again, take care, Leo.